I love that I'm just sitting here with the camera rolling, just scrolling through Instagram. I have to stop. Hello everyone, I am back in my kitchen and we are gonna be testing out some more food-related hacks, things that I have seen kind of floating around YouTube, and they look really interesting and I need to try them. These are all food-related hacks. I'm like looking at it, I can see all of the food laid out before me. I feel so prepared. But these are all food-related hacks that I haven't tried before. They seem kind of new, at least new to me, and I'm excited to test them out and see if they work. So give this video a thumbs up, make sure you are subscribed. New videos here every Saturday. And without further ado, let's get into this. So let's start off with my favorite one, and also one that I want to eat because I'm hungry. And that is related to popping popcorn. And so the theory behind this particular hack is that if you soak some popcorn kernels in water for 10 minutes, and then you dry them off and then you pop them, you're not going to get all those little hard bits of kernels at the bottom. So I thought that would be kind of interesting to try out, so we can like pop some without soaking and then pop some with and see if you actually end up with less kernels. Because no one likes the kernels at the end. No one. And I also saw one where they took the individual popcorn kernels and popped them with a hair straightener. Who does that? I'm not ruining my hair straightener for popcorn kernels. I mean, I love you popcorn, but that's not happening. So now I have 2 bowls of popcorn kernels, both 1/3 of a cup, because that's what my popcorn maker uses. So I'm gonna take one of these, I'm gonna dump it into my little bowl of water here for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna dry them off and we're gonna make some popcorn. Do you guys have a favorite popcorn flavor? I think mine has to be either butter or like caramel popcorn. Oh, caramel popcorn. I need to go and buy some of that. So I'm gonna let that soak for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna dry them. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. I'm going to drain the water out of these guys, and let's go start popping some popcorn. So I have the dry kernels here while the wet ones are sort of drying off. So we're gonna pop these first and just see how many kernels are left. Okay, so it stopped popping. So I'm just going to leave it like this for a second, and then we're gonna go on to the waterlogged ones. So I just took it off and put it out on a tray so I could see how many kernels are there. And there's like 2. So I found, oh no, now I've lost it. There we go. 1, and here's number 2. All the rest of them popped, which I feel like that's not normal, but we're gonna go with it. And this was the dry popcorn, by the way. Okay, now we'll check on these ones to make sure that they have, you know, dried completely. Oh, they haven't. Okay, so I'm gonna dry these off a little bit more and then we'll start them popping. Okay, they are dry. The machine has some oil in it. So let's see how these pop. Round 2 is now complete. Oh, now it's complete. Okay, so I spread them out on a tray, just like the ones that I popped dry. And can you guys see the difference? Because I can. First of all, these ones popped and they're still much more brown. So like the outside part of the kernel is much more apparent on here. And they also popped a lot smaller than the dry ones. They just seem a lot smaller and just not as fluffy as these ones. These ones seem to have expanded more and are just a lot whiter. They taste the same. So there's that, but I don't see the benefit of soaking the kernels in advance. It seems to have done a lot better of a job. Oh, and also the kernels. There are a lot more kernels at the bottom of this, and I really did try to, you know, keep them on for as long as possible, but a lot more kernels on this particular batch, so I don't know. Not a big fan of the soaking kernels hack. Next, we're gonna test out one that involves apples, and apparently if you put apples in the freezer and then take them out and squish them, you get apple juice. I just don't understand who comes up with these things. So I thought I would try 3 different apples and see if that makes any sort of a difference, if it produces more juice or like maybe some work better than others. I don't know. So I'm gonna go and stick these in the freezer and we'll see what we come up with. Okay, so we pulled out the apples about 3 hours ago and they're very, very soft. So we have 3 separate bowls and then we're gonna squish them. We're gonna squish them. We have Ambrosia, Royal Gala, and Red Delicious. Oh. Is it like difficult to do?
No, not too bad.
Wow, that's like a lot of apple juice. It's just like oozing in the hand. Wow. Wow, okay. this hack seems to work then. That is the ambrosia. Next up, Royal Gala.
See if I can make it.
Wah!
See, tried to do it like they did, and it all just came out the bottom. That didn't work.
This one's pink. All right, 2 mouthfuls done. Okay, last, Red Delicious. Now this one is a bit of a smaller apple, so taking that into consideration. This one is also pink. All right, let's measure. Look at my apple carcasses. And my children will enjoy this. So about 70 milliliters in the ambrosia. Royal Gala is next. About 70? Okay, Red Delicious is last. Considering that the Red Delicious was actually the smallest apple, you wouldn't think it would have the most juice in it, but it does. So if you want to try this at home, it does work, and Red Delicious is the way to go in terms of apple juice amount. What an experiment. Next up is a hack that uses fresh herbs. And now we grow a lot of fresh herbs in our garden. So I thought this would be a really interesting one to try because apparently if you take a bunch of fresh herbs, now I don't have fresh herbs on me because there's still kind of snow outside, but I do have some fresh basil right here. And the hack goes that if you chop it up, put it into a little bowl and then microwave it, it's going to dry out the product so that you can use it for longer, because oftentimes I find that I'll have a whole bunch of fresh herbs and then I can't use all of them in time, so I have to like freeze them in water or other ways. So I thought this would be a good way to be able to utilize them like fresh out of the cupboard, the same way I would use the ones that I would buy dried at the store. Oh, I love the smell of basil. Yeah, it's 100% my favorite herb ever. Oh, I love it. So I'm gonna take a couple of these leaves here. We're gonna roll them up. We're gonna chop them, and we're gonna stick them in the microwave. And like, is this just gonna heat them up? Is it going to make them gross, or is it actually gonna dry them out? I need a knife. Where are my knives? Okay, let us chop. I'm just realizing now I should have used a much bigger knife, but it's fine. All right, so I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put this into the jar, or into the bowl, not a jar, and then I'm gonna microwave it for 60 seconds. Let's see what comes out of this. All right, here we go. My beautiful herbs. We're gonna see if they're dried. I'm gonna set it for, we're gonna do 30 seconds to start because I'm kind of scared. So that is after 30 seconds. You can see the water sort of around the outside there, but they're definitely not dried yet. So let's try another 30 seconds. All right, it has been a total of 60 seconds. Are they dried? They smell awful. I think I burned them or something. So like, yes, some of them are dried, but they seem to have burned or something to the bottom a little bit, but they are actually dry. They smell horrible though. So I'm gonna put them in a different bowl, the ones that aren't like stuck to the bottom, and just see if that smell dissipates. So be right back. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours and I have the dried stuff that we did in the microwave, and this is dried basil that you would like buy at a store. So already you can tell there's a huge difference in terms of the color. The texture feels exactly the same, and then the smell, it's a lot more potent actually in the dried stuff from the store versus the stuff in the microwave. It still has a faint burnt smell, which I'm not a fan of. So then I decided to taste test it, and I tested the one that we dried in the microwave. Really tastes like nothing, like cardboard. So then I tried the one from the store, and this one has more of an aftertaste that's almost licoricey, which is kind of interesting. But it definitely has a stronger flavor, a stronger scent versus this one. So I think that's interesting that the fresh basil that we like dried in the microwave doesn't taste like anything or smell like anything versus the stuff that you would buy from the store, which looks worse. Okay, moving on to a hack that involves eggs. And basically what they were doing in the video is they took one of these, I think they're called like spider spoon things. I don't actually know. Basically, these are used for when you're frying something, kind of making sure that you're scooping it out and not getting any of the excess oil with it. So basically they were cracking an egg into it, and that was a great way of separating the egg white from the yolk. So instead of like balancing the egg yolk carefully between two halves of the eggshell, this thing comes in. And we already had one, so I thought that was the perfect hack to test out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to crack the egg into the little spoon, and we're gonna see if it actually separates them out. Whoa, that was... All right, let's try that again. So I'm going to much more carefully crack it in. Gentle, gentle. So there it is, sitting in its little nest. So let's see if I move the spoon, is it gonna have separated out the egg white? Oh, this is disgusting. But you can see all of the egg white is in there and the yolk is here. I mean, you have to be careful when you're actually cracking the egg, but it did actually separate them. That's awesome. Next up is a hack for lemon juice, which I'm very excited about because I love lemons. Everything to do with lemons. I drink lemonade every single day, and when I was pregnant with both of my kids, I was obsessed with everything lemony. So I'm kind of hoping this works. And basically the hack is that if you roll a lemon and just really get all of the fibers holding in the juice kind of like squished, and then you stick a toothpick to create a hole, and then you squeeze, you're gonna get all the juice out. And that is the lazy stuff that I signed up for on the internet. So I'm just going to roll this guy out. Oh, love the smell of lemons. Lemons and basil, that's my thing. If I can find something that is lemon, basil, and margarita, I'm set. I'm gonna stick, woo! All the juice started pouring out. Okay, that didn't do anything. Let's just really make it like a bigger hole, you know? Give this a fighting chance to work. Oh. I'm getting some drops out. Like, do I have to prick a couple of holes? This feels like too much work. I have to do it in like different sections of the lemon. No, this isn't working. Like, I can feel so much juice still in there, and I got like maybe half a drop. Nope, looks like we're all cutting our lemons open. Okay, the next one I want to try, I saw in the thumbnail of one of these videos, and I need to try it. It actually looks like it's gonna work. And basically you use one of these I was gonna say drying racks. This is not a drying rack. Cooling rack. And you basically put this over a bowl and then smush a half an avocado through it, and it like chops it for you, which I thought was pretty cool. Now I had a slight problem because I couldn't find like the regular avocados that were ripe enough that I could use today, but I did find this ginormous avocado. Like, do you see this thing? Like, it looks like a mango, but it's not. It's an avocado. This is amazing. I'm so happy right now. We're getting into guacamole season. I mean, every season is guacamole season. But we're getting into like that good avocado I need a bigger knife. It's that good avocado season though, where they're just like super ripe, and I just want to eat guacamole all day long. This thing is enormous. Wow. Didn't even know that this existed. Look how gigantic this is. Am I the only one that's just blown away by this? Okay, it seems to have left behind a little bit of the pit here, so let's peel that out. Is this like a normal avocado for some people? I'm sure it is, but like, I genuinely have never seen such a giant avocado before. And basically all the person did was like stick it over this and then push on it. So let's do that. Is this not ripe enough? It is making a dent. Hold on. I need to kneel on my chair. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so upset. I honestly think that this is going to work, but this avocado isn't ripe enough yet. I'm gonna stick it, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use another hack. If you stick an avocado in the oven for a little bit, then it ripens. So hold on. Oh, my beautiful giant avocados. It looks like I grilled it. These things are taking way too long to soften in the oven, so I'm actually taking one of my smaller ones and I put it in instead, just so I can get to finish filming. But I will let these soften. I will eat this, but it won't be for the video. I'm so sad. All right, so we have the ripe avocado. So now let's see if this goes through. Oh, wait. Yes, this is actually working like really well. Do you guys see this? Look at that. It's like perfect little chunks. I mean, this is gonna be a bit of a bear to like clean off, but like if you have ripe avocados, this is awesome. So what do you guys think? Have you tried any of these hacks before? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Are there any out there that you do really like? Leave me a comment down below. Check out these videos on the side in case you have missed any of the hack related videos, because I have tested so many of these. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos here every Saturday. And that's everything. I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.